practice for anxiety. So I'm going to start at the top of the mat, and we're just going to get moving straight away. So if you're anything like me, when you're anxious, you have a bit of sort of excess energy. So we're going to start by just moving it out. So nice deep breath in, lift up. As you breathe out, throw it back. Breathe in, up, exhale, up. So breathe in, breathe out, quite easy, lift up, relax. And you may notice you start off quite fast, especially if you're anxious. But once you get into it, it starts to feel a little nicer. Breathe in, out, in. So just keep going and do a few of these. So almost just sort of giving yourself a moment to catch your breath and really focus. Just one more. Okay, so we found our breath, and now we think something that is needed when you're anxious, a bit of strength. So we're going to step our feet nice and wide. Spin your left foot towards the wall. So just spin your left foot out, bend into your front leg, lift the arms, finding warrior two. So relax the shoulders, make sure your hips and your shoulders are in line. Maybe just check your arms, and then just see if you can see your big toe. Holding it here, drawing the belly button in, lifting up through the pelvic floor. Look straight down that front arm. I like to look sort of past the middle finger. And just take a few breaths. And just say to yourself, I am strong. I can do this. Saying it to myself. And a nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, we're going to slowly straighten the front leg, but don't lock it out. Drop your hips, reach over and find triangle. So if you have any problems with this top arm, by all means drop the hand behind you. Otherwise you can keep it reaching towards the ceiling. Now I really want you to press down into those feet, so nice and firmly. And actually I don't want you to go for how deep you can go into this. I want you to hover, if possible, off the floor, and also even you're not sort of resting on your shin, your hand is just by it. So arms straight up towards the ceiling, the other one down, and then press your hips forward, spin the chest open, draw the belly button in. Maybe look up if you can find that balance, or look down. A few breaths here. Take a really nice deep breath in, and I want you to feel like somebody's pulling you up by this top hand. So pressing into your feet, haul yourself all the way up. Relax the arms down. I'm going to spin the feet the other way. So, bending into the front leg, again, find your warrior, relax the shoulders. Look straight down that front arm, down the middle finger. Pressing into both feet, relax the shoulders. Draw the belly in, lift up through the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Maybe say it out loud this time. I am strong. If you find it helpful, you can sort of just repeat it in your mind, but mean it, so you're not just saying it by rote, you know, say it with feeling. And then from here, you're going to straighten your front leg, press into your feet, reach over, find triangle. So remember, we're not resting on the thigh, and we're not sort of trying to get to the floor, but rather we're using the strength in the legs and the core to keep us lifted. So maybe look up towards the ceiling, press into those feet. Think about lengthening down the side of the body. Maybe look up. Take a few breaths. We're finding strength here. Strength when maybe sometimes things feel difficult. Just reminding yourself that you are strong, you are capable. I think we are our own worst enemies sometimes. And again, when you're ready, I want you to imagine like somebody's pulling that top arm up, so pressing into those feet. Nice deep breath in, all the way up. And then as you breathe out, relax those hands down. Good, okay, we're going to step forward, step your feet together. So, we found our breath, we found some strength, and we're going to find some balance. So, I think sometimes it's healthy to have a little anxiety. Keeps us on our toes. It's sort of good for, you know, holding us back from maybe being overly confident. So it's nice to have balance in these things. So we're going to find a little sequence of balances. So again, try not to be too hard on yourself, because this is probably not the easiest. So we're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Just gently drawing it in, hold it on. Just take a breath, find your balance, find a point to focus on. And if you struggle or you look down a lot, I want you to look at something a little higher than you normally would. Then we're going to take the knee out to the side, open the arm out to the side. I'm going to spin for the next one so you can see. And then from here, I want you to take your leg behind you, almost like dancer. You're going to hold onto the foot. You're not quite dancer. And just reach down forward. And then I want you to let go and find warrior three, but more sort of like a floating warrior three. So it's a little bit lifted in the chest. And step your feet down. You're probably thinking that wasn't so bad. We're going to do the same on the other side. So the knee hugs in first. Go out to the side. Then you're going to hold on to the foot behind you. Not quite a full dancer. Haven't really warmed up for that. And then let it go. Sort of a lifted warrior three. And down. Okay, I'm thinking, that's okay, it's doable. I'm going to do that again a few more times, but this time without the hand. So rather it's going to sort of reach towards the leg. So knee lifts, it opens, take it back, and then warrior three. And we're going to do that again. So reach it in, open it out, feels graceful. Take it back, warrior three. And again, into chest, open it out, half dancer, let's call it half dancer, and warrior three, and come down. Good, we're going to do the same on the other side, so when you're ready, knee lifts, open out, dancer, warrior three, good, and again, knee lifts. If you wobble, if you fall over, you're human, it's normal. I probably will in a minute. Warrior three, and lift up, open, dancer, warrior three. Well done. I'm going to find a still balance now, so tree pose. So your version of tree, maybe it's at your calf, maybe it's at your ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh, whichever feels best for you. Maybe hold onto a wall if you need to, otherwise hands at the chest, relax the shoulders. So I'm really prone to sort of looking straight down. So if you're like me, look up, find something high to look at. Focus on that point, relax the shoulders, and then squeeze the foot, squeeze the leg in towards each other, lift out of the hips. Oh, and I'm gone. And then find some length. And just breathe. You've got this. And if you fall over, just get back up again. We don't tend to stand on one leg very often in our lives, unless you're a yoga teacher. So there's no need to be sort of critical. If you keep flying over, it's fine. And just let it go. And do the same on the other side. So find your version of tree. It might be slightly different on this side. Relax the shoulders. Press into the foot, press into the floor. Really feel yourself connected to the earth. Maybe start to imagine roots growing down. Just breathe. Find that spot high up again. Just sort of zone out. Maybe start to notice sounds around you. And whenever you're ready to come down, step it down. Shake up those legs. Okay, we're going to find our way down to the floor. So coming back up to the top of the mat, take a really nice deep breath in, really slow deep breath in. Reaching the arms all the way up. And then as you breathe out, soften those knees, fold all the way down. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. And then from here, planting the hands, step both feet back, find your downward facing dog, lifting the tailbone nice and high, connecting to the floor. So those hands, those feet, really feeling grounded. A nice deep breath in. And out of the mouth. And slowly come down onto your knees. Take them wide if that feels good. Touch the toes together and sit back onto the heels, child's pose. Rest your head. If it feels better, you can always stay up on your forearms, or maybe even rest your head on your forearms. And then slowly walking the hands in and finding a comfortable seat. So easy pose, which isn't always easy for everybody. So if that's you, find a block or a blanket or a pillow to sort of prop the hips up on. You can also always take the legs out in front of you. And we're actually going to find a mudra. So these are sort of hand gestures. Not bad ones. And you're going to bend your index finger and just hold it with your thumb. So this is the Vaya Mudra, Air Mudra, and it's sort of responsible for restlessness. So we want to sort of tame the air within our bodies. So gently resting your arms down on your legs. So your three fingers are outstretched, but they're not sort of really rigid. There's sort of softness there. Soften the shoulders. Draw the belly button in and up. Softly. And close your eyes. If you find your thoughts tend to turn inwards, So when your eyes are closed, by all means keep them open. I know a lot of people with mental illness really struggle with meditation generally because I guess of the dark. Their thoughts can tend to turn quite dark when their eyes are closed. So by all means keep your eyes open and just gaze at something softly in front of you. Just notice the breath. Does it feel any different from when you started? Without changing it, does it feel longer or shorter? Does it feel deeper or shallower? How do you feel? And then maybe just see if you can find a little softness. So releasing the forehead, softening the muscles around the eyes, the nose and the mouth. Letting the tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your shoulders. So even though you're sitting upright, finding softness. So steadiness and ease. Finding some strength and softness. And maybe just say in your head again, or out loud, I am strong, I am capable. Maybe stay here a little longer if you feel the need to. Otherwise, you can release your fingers, take the hands to the floor beside you. Really connect, notice the ground, the feeling beneath your hands. Take a really nice deep breath in, lift the arms all the way around and up. And if you'd like to, as you bow forward, namaste. Thank you everyone, hope you enjoyed.